Hola, buenas, ¿qué tal? Welcome to Spanish with Elizabeth. Today we're going to start with a new phrase. Más vale tarde que nunca. This means better late than never, but literally it means late is worth more than never. Because this is going to be the beginning of what was supposed to be part 3 of our pronunciation series. And what I learned along the way was that you should not decide how many parts something is going to have until you are finished with it. While I was in Argentina, I recorded a few versions of part 3 and just decided that they were feeling a little bit too long and it would be better to cut it up into smaller chunks and have you guys learn some of those tricky letters that you want to pronounce better in Spanish in smaller chunks. So today we're going to start with a small chunk of part 3. If you haven't yet watched the video on the Spanish vowels, watch it first. They have a very different sound in English and in Spanish, and it will be important for the work we will do with our consonants. Bueno, empecemos con la C y la G. La C y la G, they can be difficult for Spanish learners because they make a different sound depending on the vowel that they're with. So both of these letters will make a different sound if they are with this group of vowels, A, O, U, and they will make another sound if they are with our two tricky vowels, E and I. Now, as you can see, both sets of vowels are the same for both letters, so that's nice, but they do make a different sound with each. So let's start with la C. La C will make a K sound when it's with A, O, U. Now remember, the whole trick in this is for you to say it aloud as you're watching me and listening to me say these sounds. So make sure that you are somewhere where you can say them aloud so that your mind can have something else to hold on to for these sounds and you start to feel more comfortable speaking Spanish too. Bueno, la C y la A will make K, como casa, como, ¿cómo estás? How are you? ¿Cómo te va? How is it going? Y Q, como cuchara, for a spoon. Now with the E and the I, our two tricky ones, it's going to change the sound it makes. It will no longer make K, now it makes S, like C, celeste, y si, como cinco. So C, like cero, si, como cinco. Muy bien. Now, if we want to make the sound que and ki, we can't make it with this, right? Because this is se and si. So instead, we can do one of two things. We can use the ka, which does show up in some words like kiosco, kilo, kiwi. But what's more common is to see la ku. And you'll see here that I put the ku with the u, because in Spanish, it's always going to show up with this u. Now, when you see the U, you're not going to pronounce the U. You're just going to ignore it. So this is just K, because, again, in Spanish, the only time you will ever see la Q will be like this, que and ki. It's just to make these two sounds. It will never show up like this, or like this. It will only show up like que and ki, like que, and queso, and ki like quince or quinto. So whenever you see this, you're going to remember it's not qui, it's qui, right? So to review, we have ka, make sure you're saying these aloud, ka, then it's going to change for this, right? Se, si, ko, ku. And this is que, ki, and this doesn't exist in Spanish. Muy bien, ahora vamos a ver la G. Now la G will make a G sound with our first set of vowels, which were, do you remember? A, O, U. So it's going to make a G sound, like ga, gato, or gota, right? Gato, gota, or Agua for gu, agua. Now with the other two, which were e and e, it's going to make a h sound, like he and he. So, for example, the word gente and giro, which is also used in luz de giro. Gente, giro. So this can be hard because in English, of course, this tends to be j, like gentleman. But in Spanish, it's just going to be je. Now, once again, this doesn't say ge and gi, so what if we want to say that? Well, I'm glad you asked. We're going to do the same thing we did with la q. We're going to put the u between la g, y la e, y la g, y la i. So again, you're not going to pronounce the u, right? It just kind of wants to be left alone. It's okay. So we're just going to say ge and gi. We're just going to ignore the u. Ge, guerra, gi, guitarra. Bien. So now, if we want to say that u, if we want to say we and we, what we're going to do is we're going to make it so that the u looks like a smiley face. And now it's happy. It wants you to pronounce it. So now it is going to be gue and gui. Now, don't worry, this does not show up a lot. It shows up in some words like pingüino and agüero. But the main thing is, if it's not smiling, ignore it, right? So this is just ge and gi. So let's review. We have ga. Now this is going to change. He. Make sure you're saying it aloud. He. Go. Gu. Perfecto. And what was this again? It's not smiling, so just ge and gi. Bien. And now it's smiling, so we're going to say gue and gui. So, for example, in this word, right, it's just going to be jugué. Yo jugué al fútbol. Jugué. So it's not jugué, it's just jugué. Bien. Now, I'm going to show you two words, and I want you to think about how these tricky letters are going to be pronounced in these words. Okay? This is our first word. So think about it. Say it aloud. So this is going to be cocina. Cocina. Now, I often hear a lot of my students say cochina. And I think maybe it's from Italian. I'm not sure. There must be a word that they're confusing it with. But cochina in Spanish would be spelled with a ch, cochina, and it would be this. So this is just cocina. So when you see it, just think it sounds just like si, cocina. Okay, let's do our next word. Okay, what do you think it is? Gigante, gigante. So we have this hi and then the ga, gigante. Bien. So if you have any questions, if something didn't make sense, please feel free to write it in the comments or write me an email. On our next video, we're going to look at la H y la J because, spoiler alert, la J makes the same sound as the G in G and he. Okay, nos vemos. Chao, chao.